Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your first look forecast for this March 4th. Flood watches and flood warnings in effect for much of the area as we've received some pretty steady rain overnight, still getting some heavy rain this morning. And then our attention turns to the winter storm, which is going to move in by later this evening. I'll have a timeline and all that for you here in just a second. A look now at our AAA Systems Live weather cam. Sleep in, exit 22, I-65, Scottsville Road. Wet camera this morning. Everything's wet. Wet streets. Temperatures, though, still way above freezing. As you see here, 48. The temperature right now at 4:30 this morning. 57 in Nashville, almost 60 in Crossville. You can see where the colder air is trying to take over, or at least beginning to. This is the colder air that will be pushing through as we go through the day. But it's still going to take a while before temperatures get close to freezing. That'll be later into this evening for us here in southern Kentucky. Mesonet temperatures 53 Burkesville, 56 Albany, 48 Glasgow, but it's fallen to 42 in Hartford. Still a ways to go before we reach freezing, but gradually the temperatures will continue to fall throughout the day. Here's a look at Doppler Max HD. Look at the coverage of rain here. This is some pretty good downpours as you go through places like Madisonville over toward Bowling Green, Russellville, up toward, say, Central City, into Litchfield, up the parkways as you see there. All of that is going to continue to just move right on up and through the area. Expand the view here and put on the animation so you can see how the progress of the moderate to heavy rainfall is just kind of stretching through the parkways, I-69, Western Kentucky Parkway, and then down toward the Bowling Green and I-65 area. That's going to continue for a while until we get the colder air working in, and that's when our winter storm warning takes over through tomorrow at noontime for pretty much all of the state of Kentucky is under that winter storm warning. So here is the breakdown. This morning it's mostly rain until we get to about 7 o'clock, 6, 7, 8 o'clock this evening, depending on temperature. As you can see, we'll be at 34 degrees. We should begin to see that transition from rain to sleet, maybe even some freezing rain. But some of this can be contaminated with some ice, and then some of it on the back edge here could be a little bit more snow than sleet. It, again, all depends on temperature, but we're saying about 7 o'clock or so we'll begin to see the transition here in Bowling Green. Then, as we get into late evening, this is about 11 o'clock, that transition then goes from more sleet over to snow. Now, some of this on the back edge where that pink area is could be snow, especially based on that temperature of 28. But there could be a couple of hours of heavy snow, as you see there, where there's 1 a.m., and that is heavy snow moving through Bowling Green and the Lake Cumberland area further east. Even into 4 a.m., the snow keeps coming down from Bowling Green to the east. So this is going to be an all-night event as we get into early Thursday, and it won't be pulling out until 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll see some sunshine. But look how the temperatures take a big plunge and then try to come back up as we get into Friday. I don't think we'll get above freezing, really. Not until we get into maybe Friday afternoon. Here is the sleet snow potential, and the way we did this by Thursday morning, we haven't changed the numbers really here. We're still looking at a general, say, anywhere from on the low end of 4-inch complete combination of sleet and snow. And again, the snow totals will be dependent on how much sleet we get, but on the low side, 4 inches, on the high side, 8 inches, and that closer to 8 would be closer to where the parkways are. 8 inches or more. In fact, there could be some areas around Louisville over toward Lexington up to Cincinnati, and then back even toward Ohio and Grayson counties that could see more than 8 inches right there north of the parkways. A little bit less as you head further south, say toward the Lake Cumberland area, anywhere from a general 2 to about 4. And again, don't look at the high numbers here. This is a general overall swath. If it goes in this path that we're seeing here, and we think it will, again, some of the numbers could be skewed by how much sleet versus snow we get, or the sleet will determine, in essence, how much snow we end up with. So it's not going to be necessarily 8 inches of snow or even 6 inches of snow. It could be a couple of inches of sleet or ice, and then 3, 4, 5 inches of snow on top of that. So that's the way it looks right now, but as we've said before, that could change as we go through the day. So we'll do our best to keep you up to date. We'll be here all night tonight and early tomorrow morning to keep you up to date as well. More updates coming up at WBKO.com and at 5:30 this morning live on AM Kentucky. God bless. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.